Have you ever seen those special TV shows or movies? You know the ones that are so wonderfully, unintentionally bad, but they bring you so much joy and captivate you, but for all the wrong reasons.
Well, we here at B-Watch Rewatch absolutely live for these underdog gems.
So buckle up, Busters, and please allow us,
Colin
and Cadence, a sibling duo who share a passion for such cinematic excellence, to take you on a wild ride through all the TV shows and movie plots you never knew you needed to hear. Okay, I'm just trying to see if I get close. I don't want to razz out either.
This is behind the scenes footage. We're
Okay,
we're live, baby. We're live. Time to go. We're live. Did you say you don't want to get any razz?
Yeah, you know, like when your speakers razz, because it's like they got blown out and they make that like sound.
I guess that's true. I guess I was thinking it was a different word, and I was like, you don't want to get razzed. It was like industry
But I guess getting razzed is sort of like getting teased. Listen, razz is a very dynamic word. It can.
I think of razz hands. So we are back with episode 5. I personally think we hit our glass ceiling with B superhero movies with Catwoman. But this week we're kind of in that female superhero league.
So we're doing Elektra.
So I think it's part of the Daredevil universe, which I've never seen Daredevil, but I knew that was a kind of a Catwoman movie, if I do recall the reviews.
So at the time, Ben Affleck was hot stuff. And he was Daredevil, and so Elektra is sort of a side character, and they were like, let's give her her own movie. And it was, don't know who made that call, but wasn't a great one.
As someone like you and I, or at least I'll speak for myself, coming in from not knowing any of that, this movie did a really, really wonderful job of explaining all these characters and what they do. That is being facetious, everybody. This movie does a terrible job. You have no idea.
There's one thing Elektra's got going on. It's exposition.
Ooh. And don't get me wrong, I love myself some Jagar, right? Love Jagar, Jennifer Garner.
Loves.
But to cast her as Elektra was you know why they did it? Because she was coming off that show. What is it? Alias? They had a really short recording time because she was like still actively recording for Alias. So interesting choice to choose Elektra for this role. Or Jennifer Garner.
Listen, she embodies Elektra so deeply that I get it. I totally get it.
Or as they call her in the movie, E.
E. All right, we open Elektra with casual writing on a scroll, telling a story about good and evil.
Narration from the days of old. You know a good superhero movie starts out with a good, deep narrative voice.
Alone in the Dark, how there was that on-screen text for like 10 minutes.
For 45 minutes. It was like,
a complicated plot. They were just like, wait, not done.
10,000 years ago, but minus 2,000 years, there was a race of 5 aliens, and 2 of those alien creatures morphed into... and you're like, whoa, back up, buddy.
Oh, that movie was such a treat. Such a treat.
I love it.
Okay, so this is, again, there's a scroll, and it's telling you this backstory.
Since time began, a war has been waged in the shadows between the armies of good and evil. It may be fought on a grand scale, or within the heart of a single individual, or even a child. The evil has taken many forms and used the darkest of arts. In our time, they call themselves simply the Hand. The good follow the way of Kimaguri. Its masters can see the future, and perhaps even bring back the dead. Legend tells of a unique warrior, a lost soul. This warrior is a woman, a motherless daughter, and it is her destiny to tip the balance between good and evil. She is a treasure, and both sides seek her out as the final weapon in an ancient war.
Like this battle has started since time began between good and evil, and it can be on a grand scale like a war, or in a person, or even a child. And I'm like,
foreshadowing?
A, it's such bad
Whoa.
foreshadowing. B, it's like on a grand scale. So this whole group exists to like capture the evil and use it for their own good or whatever. And then there's the good side that's fighting the evil.
Capture
right?
the evil and use it for their own good.
I know.
Okay.
When I said it, I was like, this is confusing. To use it to their own ends, to achieve what they want to achieve. I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to question it. Whatever. So there's foreshadowing. There's a child that they really need. That's super important. There's this
Waterworld.
group.
Is that the
Just
girl
as
from
a
Waterworld?
prophet.
Little girl
What?
from Waterworld? Little girl from Waterworld? Remember when I thought every little girl from every show for
Yeah.
10 years after Waterworld was Little Girl from Waterworld?
They only cast her forever. Tina Majorino is her name. When I don't ask me
Is
how I
it?
know that. Yeah.
That sounds like her Napoleon Dynamite character's name.
It does, but that's really her name.
Anyway, it's
So-
a young child that they need. This guy's going through, he's giving this wise, like, oh, in the days of old, yada, yada, yada.
Right. Then there's this group called the Hand. And then there's like this other group that is fighting off the Hand, right? So they're the good and evil that's constantly fighting for their own stuff. Let me tell you that it took me a while to put two and two together, but the leader of the good team is an old ancient master whose name is Stick.
I love Stick. I love Stick. Good name. He is. He's this ancient master. But there's one important thing that you forgot to talk about with the hands. One random power that the narrator talks about is that it's even been whispered that they can bring people back from the dead. And that will come into play later.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of foreshadowing on my part.
Did put that in my notes and didn't say it out loud. But it's really funny because they're like, the Hand, they can do this, they can do that, they can see the future. And sometimes, maybe, if they're feeling good, they can raise you from the dead. It's just such a random, like, we don't know. Sometimes it happens.
I know. The whole time I was asking myself, why do these people have these powers? Like, what? Sometimes their powers are there, sometimes they're not. You don't really know what their powers are. Doesn't really tell you.
When you really think about it, Elektra doesn't even have any superpowers. She has been trained by Stick, and so she's got fighting powers, but she doesn't have magic powers. She's not like flying. She's kind of Batman-esque in that way. But that's the thing. That's the whole thing about this movie. It's not clear.
All right. So let's just give a real brief cadence, give a real brief movie summary, just so that we have this like overall plot without giving too much away.
You know, this is one of those times when it's pretty easy because I have no idea what's happening.
Yeah, you could say anything right now and I'd be like, yep, that's just what I watched. But I watched it in the most boring way. Like, it's the most boring movie that doesn't make sense at the same time.
So basically, you know, we have the whole battle of good and evil through the whole movie. There's a good gang. The leader of that gang is named Stick. You heard me right.
He's the good gang.
He's the good gang. There's a bad gang. We'll just call them bad gang because it's kind of like a slew of
Bee Gees.
little characters. So
Yeah,
bad
there's like
gang-
Typhoid, Single Eye, Little Lipper, Frogman, Little Peep, Bodag. Like, it's all these weird, and you don't know what they do. One of the guys, he's a bad guy. He wears mascara, so he's really edgy. Lil Peep, chicken wing, hot sauce, beef tartare. This is Typhoid. This is Yellow. This is Con Man. Like, it's one of those cheesy
And it's
lines.
like, you literally never see them again. Like, they walk into the boardroom once. And then you're just like, okay.
I love it. In every movie where there's a bad gang, the guys are always named the weirdest nicknames, just like that. Lupus.
I wonder
This
if,
is
like,
epilepsy. Lupus. This is bullet
Join it.
bourbon.
Is that gang just disease names?
Because they're bad. In case you didn't know, we really have to drill it in that they're bad.
You don't want them
Diseases are bad.
around.
You don't want to have it. You don't want to fuck with lupus. But one guy really is named Typhoid, and he wears mascara. He's crazy.
Yes. And there's also Tattoo. I do remember that name, which is very on the
Tattoo.
nose.
Yeah,
'cause he's
there's
covered with
Typhoon.
tattoos.
Oh, maybe it's Typhoon and not Typhoid. Either way, it doesn't matter. There's a
Typhoid
law.
fever.
I know.
So we'll just keep it at that. There's good guys, bad guys. They are both after the secret weapon. Obviously,
they call it the
Styx-
secret treasure.
That's
Treasure.
true.
Don't call it weapon. Don't give away too much. It's the secret
Briefly-
treasure.
There is a brief referral to it as a weapon, but then in general, yes, it's the treasure, which kind of makes it creepier. And the good gang, Styx gang, wants to protect the treasure, and the bad gang wants to use it to their advantage. And so Elektra goes on this journey. Of
Well,
good and
let's
evil.
back up. Styx is the leader of the good gang.
I
He
said
has
that.
no. You said there's two gangs, and then I distracted you with the typhoid fever thing. And Styx, in case you didn't catch it, is the leader of the good gang, right? But he's trained somebody very special since she was a wee lass.
Yes.
And that person is Elektra. And Elektra got kind of booted from Styx camp of good guys, and you don't really know why. And she's been living
he
as a
says
mercenary.
you have too much violence
Well-
and destruction in you. So
I guess he
we do
does.
know why.
Well, she doesn't. Well, you don't really know why.
The
'cause
one thing they do explain in the whole movie.
Styx is literally like, Elektra, girl, you got some pent up rage. You need to get out. And like, I feel like Styx should know that that's a red flag, ticking time bomb. But he's like, girl, you got some rage issues, so I'm going to kick you out. You're an amazing fighter, killer, but I'm going to kick you out because you got rage issues.
And she's actively
what do you think you're
asking
gonna do?
him, please help me control my rage. And he's like,
Nope.
sorry.
Get out. Bye. So Styx not a very good guy after all, right?
So
Either
what-
way.
What do you think a woman with like unchecked rage and violence is going to go on to do if no one's helping her get that
But
under
I would
control?
like to just say a side note. She expresses no rage or anger or any emotion in this whole movie. She's the most stoic, boring character. I would like to see Elektra rage it up a little bit, but she's not quite there. So I don't know why she got kicked out. Styx must have a very, very low tolerance for any kind of rage.
It's amazing. So he's like, sorry, bye.
Bye.
And so, yeah.
What does an enraged
Yes.
woman have to do with work if she's been kicked out of her good gang? She becomes
And also
a
considering
mercenary.
she's been very specially trained for years at combat and murder. So
You can't
there's
blame her for
very-
being a
like,
mercenary.
You don't have a ton of skills to offer.
The movie ends, she's just working at Dairy Queen. Styx kicked me out. Smoking a cigarette. Styx kicked me out, and I got anger issues.
They're like, can you just make this blizzard, please? Like, I don't want to hear anything else about Stick.
You want me to make this Twix Blizzard? Styx is telling me I got rage issues. You're like, Elektra, girl, is that your real name? Just make the Blizzard.
That reminds me. I also think it's hilarious that Elektra is both hers, like, hero name and her normal everyday name. She doesn't go back and forth. That's her
Nope.
actual birth
And
certificate
she introduces,
name.
yep, I'm Elektra. And they're like, cool. Sounds kind of stripperish, but I'm not one to judge. You go get it, girl.
It's fine.
Either way, we got off topic. She gets kicked out. She's now a enraged mercenary who has exceptional fighting skills. And if that's the only thing on your resume, that's the work you're going to do, right? So
Elektra has an agent. I'm very curious about how you become an agent for mercenaries. That's a whole different.
the whole
movie for a
time I
whole
was
nother
thinking the
time.
same thing. I was thinking McCabe, where did you go to school for this?
She has this agent McCabe, and he's the one that sends her out for jobs. So the first job we see her in is when we are introduced to her, and it's a man sitting in front of a fireplace drinking his whiskey.
You can't stop her. Nobody can stop her. You may have heard of her. Her name is Elektra. You know, Bauer, when you've done the things I've done, you make a lot of enemies. My private security detail, the best money could buy. This non-existent woman killed 14 of them in half an hour. I barely got away. I was under the protection of the Hand itself, who sent their best. Although they seem more interested in killing Elektra than in protecting
And
me.
he's basically telling his security guy, like, listen, I know you want to run. I know you're scared. This person has killed 20 of my men. She has been hunting me. I'm just going to sit here until I die because there's no use. And rumor has it she'll whisper in my eye whisper in my ear before I go.
Rumor has it she's got a lot of anger issues. I heard it on Special Authority that this bitch has got anger issues. And
She's so furious. She will gently whisper in your ear and send you into the afterlife.
yeah, so this dude's given up. He's just like, she's going to get me. He knows at this point, Elektra's reputation has preceded her. And he knows that he's, I can't even talk. He knows that he's going to die by this whisper. But my favorite thing is, as soon as this guy is very calmly drinking his whiskey in front of the fire, telling his security guard, like, don't run. She's already killed 20 guys. She's going to, like, accept your death. And right after he says that, there's a clip of Elektra on a walkie-talkie. And she goes,
It's too late for your boss power, but you still have a chance.
hey, I'm coming. My name's Elektra. I'm gonna come get ya. And she's just got the most non-threatening, soft,
She's like,
Midwestern mom.
over and out. Roger that.
Roger that, buckaroo. Gonna come get ya. Oh, I got anger issues. You bet your dolly. Does she have anger issues? Is she coming to get me? But
I feel like this isn't the Elektra I've been hearing about, but
I've heard a lot of, because he really builds it up. He gives a slow speech. She's as quick as the wind.
it's literally like a 5-minute.
Yeah, and then she pops on. Okay, Buster, gonna get you. So already we're kind of like, all right, I'm a little bit let down. But then we see Elektra for the first time.
Oh, God,
And
it's
it
a glorious
is
sight.
glorious. I imagine the movie being made. She has 15 people holding the top of the industry's leaf blowers you can get, blowing straight at her from all angles. She's got this thick, long weave on that you can tell is a wig. And it's whipping her in the face on her open eyes. And she's trying to play it cool because she's Elektra. And then you're looking at her outfit. Girl, Elektra, did you choose your own makeup and outfit?
Premium fighting outfit. Premium.
It's just a red leatherette corset, but she wants her shoulders to breathe. So it's sleeveless.
Right.
And she's
And
got
it laces
like,
up in the back with a really beautiful red ribbon.
yes, it's bright red, candy apple red. And she's got those low-rise leather pants that were hot in the early 2000s.
With the zipper that's like maybe 1.5 inches long.
Yes. Oh, Christina Aguilera she really made those things pop. And she's got these weapons, which I believe are called sais. Don't quote me on that. But if you've ever seen Ninja Turtles, one of the Ninja Turtles has those things. I don't know which one it is.
Hers are like the entire length of her upper body. There's nothing you can say to convince me that she's quick as the wind. She's like the most agile, fearsome, slick killer when she's lugging around these giant trident swords that are 3 feet long.
Solid iron. And the whole time she pulls him up like she's a badass because she's got anger issues. They're not really even pointy. They kind of come to a rounded edge.
That's
and you're right.
what confused me.
Where does she keep those? Does she have holsters for those?
Because they're so supposedly sharp that they would just cut right through your pants. And she's like tucking them in her pants, but it would just cause a huge issue, not to mention a wound. But like, there's not even a pack. There's not even a pack, like a sword holder. Nothing like that.
Imagine the noise that shit would make. She's climbing up and her sleeves are clink, clink. She's like, God damn it, these steel thighs.
She's trying to sneak up the
4 foot long.
staircase.
God, these thighs, man. 3 feet long pieces of steel sticking out my ass.
Why did I pick this weapon? I could have done anything. I could have even done nunchucks.
Well, nope, Stick wouldn't let me. Stick always told me I had anger issues. He wouldn't let me do those nunchucks.
They are the stupidest weapon.
The stupidest, most unrealistic weapon.
In my life. Okay, so she does kill him, obviously.
Guess it's all true. The red outfit, the knives. So what happens now? You just kill me straight out, just cold.
As he knew she would, she whispers in his ear,
Don't worry. That's not that bad.
Yeah. How do you know?
and then she stabs him with her giant sword through an entire leather chair.
Now that's kind of the cold open. Now the movie really begins. But
Right.
this is where Cadence and I were a little bit confused because her agent, McCabe, her mercenary killing agent, he like meets her at the home that she killed the guy in with the 20 men and the guard because she's like furiously cleaning up, scrubbing the floor. And he's like,
Why do you always do this?
Get rid of my DNA.
Ah, DNA, of course, right.
what are you doing? And she's like, I don't like to leave my DNA.
Colin and I interpreted this scene differently. I thought she was at her own house, and because after this job she was going to escape to Barbados, I thought she was like cleaning up, leaving no trace of herself. Colin feels as though McCabe comes to meet her and hand her a bag of money at the very home where she stabbed the guy to death. It's confusing because she's in street clothes. So at some point she changed out of the Elektra gear, put on her low-rise jeans and boots and turtleneck to scrub the floor. So I'm not
Because when
clear.
Elektra's not in her red leatherette, you guys, she wears the she does wear turtlenecks, black turtlenecks, low-rise mom jeans, and they're usually flare. She's got cool
because
stuff.
they're a boot cut.
But I did interpret it that way. And I also thought it's very unprofessional to just bring cash like straight to the murder site, dude. Just like do a direct deposit a little bit after the death. Right? But she's a mercenary and she probably has anger issues. So she's probably like, give it to me right now.
She's like, don't you dare fucking deposit that in the bank. You bring it right to me.
Regardless, she's going to go off to Barbados, like Kaden said. She's done with this mercenary shit.
Yeah, so this is kind of supposed to be her last job, essentially, and then she's free. But he's like, listen.
As your agent, I am obligated to tell you we just got an absolutely fantastic new offer, but that last job...
Let's skip this one. I need a breather.
Great idea. I'm just saying it's a lot of coin.
I'm tired.
You're tired? Well, then you better get yourself some sleep, because you are going to crash, baby. You know that. It's a lot of money. This new offer.
Okay.
All right. Fine. You know what? Look, you want to take time off? Take time off. Call me when you want to work.
How much? Just tell me.
2. I'll give it to somebody else.
They wouldn't pay that to somebody else.
You got that right. Yeah, specifically for you. Location's in there. I'll call you when I get the target.
Friend, I got this one last call that came in. It's for $2 million. Listen, she may have anger issues, but she's not dumb. She's going to take that job.
And I was really wondering the whole movie if they were going to call her Elektra throughout the whole movie, because I just can't take that. Because you guys have to imagine this is like an everyday, this is a modern world situation. There's nothing like, there's no mystical powers or magic going on. This is just like a Batman situation. And her full, real birth name is Elektra. And so they start calling her that. And I'm like, are they really going to call her Elektra?
Elektra.
So she obviously says, you know what? I could use $2 million.
$2 million is more for Barbados. I mean,
yeah, I want to get to Barbados. She's like barbed wire. She wants to get Barbados, but only get paid in Canadian dollars.
She's like, is it $2 million in Canadian, please?
So McCabe is like, you go for it.
Well, no, I was just going to say, like, he gives her the instructions, and that night she has sort of like a panic attack kind of dream. This is the first of many flashbacks. And
flashbacks that don't quite tell us really they don't really answer any questions as to why Elektra is the way she is or why she is or who she is. They're just kind of random flashbacks.
Yes. A lot of times they just create more questions than they answer. But you do get through this flashback that she has died and that Stick has already once brought her back to life.
So he brought her back to life just to kick her out of the Stick gang.
I know I'm the best student here.
Not the best. The most powerful. You understand violence and pain, but you do not know the way.
Teach me then.
That's my point. I can't teach you. I want you to go.
Is this a test, Sensei?
No, not a test. Just go.
I don't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, and in front of the whole class, which I'm like, if you have someone with rage issues, like don't
the last thing you want to do,
them in a
Stick.
group. Anyway, so you get that little factor.
She has back-to-back backstory. She has the backstory of her dying, Stick bringing her back to life. Then she has the backstory dream of Stick kicking her out.
That's true. They use that flashback dream for like a lot of really important plot points shoved into like one weird dream thing.
And I would like to say, for getting kicked out for having extreme rage issues, she handles it pretty well. She literally calmly puts down her stick and she's like, all right.
That's so true.
Guess I'll
She's
leave.
like, you have some great points. I will take those into consideration. Just let me retire my weapons.
She's like the greatest student ever, but I guess that's too much anger for Stick.
Okay, so the very next scene we have is Elektra at her new job site. And lucky for us, it's this beautiful mansion on the lake, this beautiful glass home.
So she had to put up with this last shit before she goes to Barbados, right? Come on.
I don't know. There's two things that I just want to bring up that are small, not important plot points, but things that made me giggle. One, there is the most obnoxious, fast-paced action music behind the montage of her setting up her bathroom.
Oh my God.
Like
I was
cabinet.
hoping you would bring this up. Number one, this is full me when I go to a hotel room, so I get it. But it's pure OCD. She unwraps every single thing you could use in a bathroom. I've got my floss. I've got my toothbrush. I've got my toothpaste. I've got my comb. I've got my shampoo. I've got my conditioner.
I've got my antiseptic.
And then she goes and she organizes the fruit out of the fruit bowl, which, you know, even for me, that's a little bit, you know, whatever floats your boat, Elektra, but you got some underlying issues and that's not rage.
And it's like the music that they're playing behind it is somehow trying to imply that like either she's hyper organized or this is very exciting, but none of it is. Like it's not necessary to even have this scene in the movie. It tells us nothing.
No, it's neither of those things.
It's a weird way to like score that scene and it doesn't make any sense. But here's my other small point. She comes into the kitchen after she's done really actively spreading out her bathroom stuff. And there's a gift basket that was sent there by McCabe. And the card says, spoil yourself with some yum yum.
Oh my God, that is not appropriate from
It's so
an agent.
Disgusting.
And the yum
McCabe.
yum, what is it? More fruit to organize? Come on.
So I think they also have a weird like client mercenary relationship.
Fun, you know. McCabe's like kind of the comic relief-ish kind of, I guess, maybe.
Oh God, if he's the comic relief, no, there's no wonder this movie is so terrible because he's not very funny.
Yeah, none of it's funny. So she's at this lake house after she organizes all her stuff and throws out the fruit basket that McCabe gave her. She's going to take the swim in the ocean.
Well, it's the lake. It's the lake because she's at the
Or
lake
sorry, did I say the swim in the ocean?
Yes.
You're right. It's a lake house. But my point is there's no point to seeing her swim. She does have another weird flashback about swimming in her rich parents' home, I guess.
It was
but
a
still,
very strange, like,
it doesn't answer anything and come up anywhere else in the movie.
she has this flashback of her dad forcing her to keep paddling her legs in the deep end of the pool.
5 more minutes. Don't use your hands. Don't be lazy. Only use your feet. Let's go. Let's push.
Nicholas, honey, please. She's just a kid.
Keep going, Elektra.
And so that's all you hear is like, keep going, keep going, keep going. And she wakes up and it's like
But it never comes out.
Things,
Yeah, it never comes back in the movie.
know.
It's just a kind of a weird nightmare about your parents and your super rich home.
Why I'm mentioning it is because that flashback pops up more than once, which is odd.
After she has this flashback, the best part, I thought, I was giggling so hard, is she kind of wakes up from this trance, right? And there's this
She has
girl.
insomnia.
Oh, well.
Oh, I thought you were talking about her middle of the night training sesh because
Well,
she has
no.
insomnia and she wakes up and does that weird training and then she meets the girl the next day. So she's like at 2
That's
in the morning
true.
doing like her one-armed push-ups on the rafters of the.
She has these
Please.
terrible nightmares of swimming in her private pool with her parents. Wow, Elektra, you're killing me with your sadness backstory.
Now I know where all that rage comes
Her
from.
rage comes from your indoor swimming pool at your parents' mansion wasn't big enough. I did skip that part. She does have that. But the next day is like the best scene because she's just in her house organizing her fruit. And this teenage girl is like weirdly sneaking around her house. And she's like,
What are you doing here?
Nothing. I'm friends with the wheelwrights.
How did you get in?
Front door was unlocked.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. Dad,
What'd you steal?
please don't call the cops.
In some parts of the world, they just cut your hands off.
I've got rage issues. And the girl's like, I don't know. And she starts running away from her. And Elektra uses one of her little baby steak knives, throws it through the whole beach house. And it gets this girl's arm.
Jesus, what's the matter with you? You could have killed me.
And I'm thinking, you would have had to plan for that. There's no way you could have gotten that knife in that girl's sleeve from
Colin,
a mile away.
did you forget that Elektra can see just a little bit into the future?
She can see moments into the temporary future. But again, is that a superhero thing? Where's the superhero? Is that a
No,
power?
it comes
Is that
from
a gift?
Stick. It's a training. So yes, essentially she's like, what are you doing in here? Don't bullshit me. I know you stole something. What did you steal? And she shows her a necklace and she's like, I knew it. Get the fuck out of the house. Bye. So that night, yet another dream flashback. Yet another
many
dream flashback.
This movie's 20% flashback.
She walks into her mother's beautiful room in their mansion. Her mother is dead, and there is a demon with horns climbing out of the window.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that flashback. That is one that was memorable. I get it, Elektra. That is a little bit traumatizing.
So the next day, she calls her boss, and she's like,
McCabe, I'm sick of sitting here. We don't get a name soon, I'm walking.
I have literally been here for like 2 days, and I don't, when are they going to get here? When am I going to be able to get this job over with?
And he's like, excuse me, Elektra, fruit basket? Are you going to say thank you?
He's like, are you trying to tell me you are not enjoying the yum yum? Is that what's happening now?
I wrote you a fruit basket and a note that said enjoy the yum yum. Are you going to say anything about that?
And there was plenty of yum 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 for days.
You should be just snacking on your yum yums and not worrying about finding these people you're going to kill. All right, I'm your agent. Remember? The therapist said you have rage issues. Just scroll. Eat your yum yums.
It's like her medicine. Just
drink your yum yums, Shelby.
And calm down. So he's like, just trust me on this. Stay a couple more days. Just have patience. Like our clients just need you to hold on just a little bit. So she decides to go calm down from her enraged state of being by sitting on a giant tree stump, just looking out at the lake and chilling.
She's the opposite of rage issues. She's the opposite. She's calm and meditative and serene in a beautiful lake house. And I love how she's like, when am I going to have to meet these guys I have to kill? And she's in this gorgeous, modern,
I would be like, you know what? If they don't want to show up, that's fine by me. I'll just hang
that's
out
what I would
here.
be too. She doesn't know how to relax, dude. She's got to either work out, organize. I get it.
So she is meditating calmly on the beach and gets a glimpse into the future, about 5 seconds, of a guy walking up to her, just fast enough that she can walk up behind him real quick.
I know. What if you could see 5 seconds in the future? That would be the worst. It does not enough time to do anything. You would just be like, that door's going to open. It opened.
Next, a Nicolas Cage movie is like almost that exact premise, and it is the dumbest movie
Nicolas Cage
I have ever seen in my life with Jessica Biel. It's terrible, but save that for another day. So she sees it just far enough in advance that he's not going to sneak up on her. She's going to sneak up on him.
Are you looking for me?
Hi. Are you the new tenant? Eddie Ferris, the realtor, he said a young woman had taken it for the month.
What do you want?
Sorry, this is kind of awkward, but have you seen a girl, 13-year-old, blondish haired, about here? My daughter, Abby. We had a fight.
I saw her late afternoon.
Oh, you did?
She broke into my house.
Shit. Really? She knows the wheelwrights. She didn't take anything, did she?
No.
Good. Look, if she broke something, I'm happy to pay for it. I'm Mark Miller. We're in the little cabin 2 houses down. Okay, thanks.
And so she comes up behind him and he's like, oh, hey, I heard you threw a knife at my daughter. I'm so sorry about that. She's kind of a little shit.
He's also like maybe 22. He's super hot. And he's got this like teenage 16-year-old daughter. And he's super chill that she threw a freaking knife at his daughter. And I'm hard enough to pin her to the wall. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know she's a superhero. He doesn't know that she can see 5 seconds in advance.
Right.
He doesn't know any of that. But he's just like, sorry about that. She's a little bit of a rascal. I'd be like, all right, you tried to kill my daughter, but neither here nor there.
Yeah. So she's just like, are we done here? But right after that, the daughter comes down and her name's Abby. And this is the same little girl that she threw a knife at.
What did you tell my dad? Did you tell him I broke into your house?
Yeah, because you did break in.
Well, you didn't have to tell him. I thought you were cool.
I'm not.
Yeah, no kidding. Now he's on my case. He made me come ask you to have Christmas dinner with us.
Of what?
Christmas? Dinner, December 25th. Did you know today's Christmas?
And so she's like, do you want to come over for Christmas dinner? Because that's a completely, you never know that this is Christmas. So.
And I love it's like, you tried to kill me.
Right.
You got mad at
You
me
threw a
for
knife
stealing
at
your mom's
me.
necklace. You threw a knife at me. You're very stoic. Because the whole time, you guys, Elektra, Jennifer Garner, she's unnecessarily stoic, and you don't know why. Because the flashbacks really haven't given us any reason that she's so stoic. Like, all we've seen in a flashback is her coming back to life with, what are those things called?
Oh, the panels. Yeah, the paddles.
Defibrillator.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she comes back to life. That's one scene you've seen. You've seen her swimming in her mansion pool for a little bit while her dad's pressuring her, and you see her get kicked out of Stick's Little Good Army. Those are the only 3 flashbacks. So you're still trying to figure out, like, why is she so mad at everything? She's angry. She's throwing out McCabe's freaking fruit baskets of Yum Yums. She's like treating this dad like total crap.
Yeah.
She tried to kill the daughter. Like, I think she was just trying to play it like way too cool, and you don't know really why she's playing it so cool. And
there's
again,
no emotional like foundation for anything that happens, so you don't really understand why.
Because the whole time she's treating, the dad comes over to just say sorry, and Elektra's just like over it.
And then she just disappears. She uses her whatever ninja skills to just float away into thin air.
Because again, I don't know if is that a magic power? Is that a skill? Did Stick teach you that? I don't know.
Long story short, she gets invited to Christmas dinner at the house. So important to know that the dad's name is Mark and the daughter's name is Abby. So now she's being introduced to Mark and Abby. They're talking around the table.
It's so boring, you guys.
She is acting like a weirdo.
The initial scene of her killing that guy with her sai, where we see the leaf blowers, that was like somewhat exciting. You're kind of like, this movie could be good. The following 30 minutes are her at a lake house, swimming and receiving Yum Yums, and then going to this guy's house for Christmas, and they just talk, and it's so boring. You're like, what is going on with this movie? Sorry, I just had to throw that in there.
No, it really is. It's like this very strange, slow scene. But there is one important thing that happens. We don't need to talk about it other than this. She looks at Abby's bracelet, and she goes,
I like your bracelet, by the way. Do you know what those are? They're warrior beads. They're from Indonesia. Centuries ago, you had to be the best fighter in your village to earn them.
I bought them off eBay.
and then that's the end of that. So after Abby goes to bed.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, that's not the end of that. She kind of flirts with the dad a little bit. She kind of likes Mark because he's cute. He's got wine. He's really nice.
Right. And do they kiss that night? I can't remember.
No, they just you kind of sense that Elektra's like her stoic, awful personality is kind of easing up on him.
But like somehow he's enamored with her already. And I'm like, why?
Well, I guess it's Jennifer Garner. I mean, she's a gorgeous woman.
Yeah, maybe. Because she's like not really cool at the dinner table. She's not a great conversation.
I know, that's the thing. She's awful the whole time. She's stoic and mean. And so he's just like enamored by this mean white woman next door.
My mother died when I was young. I should go.
So the next day is when a twist gets thrown into this mix. So the next day at the beautiful lake house, McCabe calls her and says, hey, I have a special delivery for you. There's 2 more kills. When she opens the special delivery envelope, guess who it is?
It's Abby and Mark.
I mean, which honestly, convenient. Next door to the people you had to kill.
I know.
Anyway.
As stoic as she is, you would feel like she wouldn't give a fuck. She'd be like, this is even better for me. I want to get out of this place already.
Right,
Kill him, go.
right. So you see her go through this like stash of weaponry that is enormous. And you're like, did you fly with those weapons? Was this like you drive here? Because the fact that you're busting out like a crossbow and it was so much weaponry. I don't know. She does not travel light. Let's just put it that way. Between those trident things and this, she's choosing the least.
Pick a weapon, girl. Your weapon is your trident. She packed that crossbow for a reason because she's going to use it on Mark and Abby. And she's got them in her sight. She's in her full leatherette and her bootcut mom jeans. Out on that. She's also got like little pendant, like Pandora jewelry necklaces that kill me the whole time. Because she's just the least, again, I'm sorry, she's the least threatening person you could ever see. And she has a change of heart. She's like, you know what? I tried to kill the daughter. The dad came over and invited me to Christmas. I had a really boring, mundane Christmas dinner with them where I was really stoic and mean. But I feel something for this family. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to kill Mark. I'm not going to kill Abby. And that's when we see a flashback. And we're in this boardroom, right?
The immense, huge boardroom where the bad gang meets. And the leader of the bad gang is like,
I believe Kirigi wishes to address the Council of the Hand.
Venerable Master, despite your delicacy and subtlety, You have failed to solve the problem of the treasure. Master Roshi, the hand cannot afford to lose the treasure for another generation. So I humbly request you allow me this task, perhaps with a little less delicacy. My forces will not be defeated by a mere woman.
The task is yours. Complete it, and you will have proven yourself worthy of leading this council.
And so at that point, you know that they were both after the same target, Abby and Mark. And so now it becomes her duty to protect them. Do we know why? No. Like Colin said, there's just a really awkward dinner. For some reason, she becomes emotionally attached and she makes it her life's mission to protect them.
So she's trying to save this. I mean, we all know she's a little dickmatized because she wants that dad. And so she's got rage issues and she's got horny issues. She's horny. Because she's now protecting them with her life at the same time. And also time is really strange in this movie because the ninjas come to kill Mark and Abby like the same night.
Immediately.
It's very strange.
Yeah, immediately.
And they were just in a boardroom.
Like, how did they get the word that she decided against it? And what was the time frame like? Like, was it a day? Who sent the word? Like, anyway.
The ninjas show up at Abby and Mark's house. And of course, Elektra's going to save them. It's a really quick showdown. She basically kills the two bad guy ninjas really quick. And Mark and Abby are kind of grateful, I guess. I guess they don't really know what's going on.
One of the things that's part of the mythology of this show that never becomes explained is anytime a bad guy from the bad gang dies, they just turn into a puff of smoke.
Yeah, that is bizarre. You can't show a dead body in a PG-13 movie, I guess,
it's
maybe.
Odd.
I don't know.
It's
kind of cheesy. But I just want to state that she kills one of the ninjas at Mark and Abby's house the best way possible. The bad ninja's on the roof, full black, spider squatting down on their beautiful balcony, right? And Elektra comes, and you guys, again, she's literally got boot-cut jeans, stompy, like kind of those leather heels, and like a leather jacket zipped up. She's got her giant 3-foot sigh or whatever. Mm-hmm. She runs, and there's a slow motion scene of her just jumping up under the balcony.
Like high as possible.
High as she can. And you can tell it's just this slow motion scene, her long weave, and she stabs through the roof of the balcony and stabs the ninja. And I'm thinking, what skill is that? How do you know he was there? Is that your premonition? Is that your 5-second premonition? Is she because you still at this point as a viewer, you don't know what her superpowers are. Aside from like really quickly leaving a room and I guess having...
I have that power.
Because I just want to keep in mind, if you're curious of how the night ended with the dad at Christmas, she just leaves.
She just literally disappears.
And the dad's literally like...
buys that bad boy.
Yeah. The dad's like, oh, well, okay, well, cool. He's got a glass of wine in his hand for her. And he's like, where'd she go? You still aren't sure, like, are these superpowers, whatever. But she is really good at detecting where ninjas are.
That jump was really reminiscent to me of John Voight using the butt jump
to
put the legs around the neck of the other guy. One of my favorite things from Anaconda.
The best.
Anyway, just brought back that memory. Also, where the fuck were those weapons?
In her bag of weapons.
So huge. Because when she goes over there at first, she doesn't tell them like someone's after you. She just thinks she can sort of take care of it on the side and pretend like everything's normal. And so it's like, where are those weapons when she's pretending like she's just hanging out visiting until the ninjas come? It doesn't.
And why wouldn't she
sense.
tell them like, hey, people are after you to kill you? Like that might help them save themselves.
I think she thought, oh, I don't want to scare the kid, but if I hang out here, I'm so good and so fast that I can just take care of the ninjas before they even get in the perimeter, and then no one will have to know they were even here, kind of a situation.
It turns into like a goofy sitcom. She's like out like, excuse me, I'll be right back for dinner. And she leaves, goes kills a couple of ninjas and comes back like, oh, I got to go out again. Like, it's just so ridiculous.
Oh, I forgot the eggs. Yes, just going back and forth, 100%.
I forgot the yum-yums, just back and forth, back and forth. Mark and Abby are like, okay, she's got some anger issues.
Essentially, she saves them and she needs to go find Stick because she's like, I don't know how to properly take care of you, but Stick would know the answer to this question. So I'm going to give you a few ideas of where you think Stick is hanging out. Where is our friend Blind Stick, the leader of the best gang in the world?
We never told the listeners he was blind. He's blind, by the way. Sorry, Blind Stick. But it is funny because she's got a lot of confidence that she can kill these ninjas and pull this whole charade off at dinner. Then as soon as she kills them, she's like, I don't know what to do with you guys. Sorry, can't protect you anymore. Sorry. Gotta go find Stick. Gotta go find the guy who kicked me out for rage issues.
So Stick is hanging out in a like pool and pinball club.
Yep. Stick knows what's up.
It is the weirdest setting. And
I think it's supposed to be like a cool bar, but it's
I know, but
maybe
there's
like
not
an
a bar
underground
inside.
club. Yeah, I don't know.
It's
Pinball.
just pinball
I don't know.
machines. And they let Abby in just fine. And her dad's like,
Here's $1 a house. Go play some pinball.
Why do I always have to miss the good stuff?
Just go.
here's a quarter, go play pinball. And so it's like there's kids allowed, so it can't be that mad.
Mark's like, so this is your boss? This is the guy who's going to save us? He's having
He's,
so
like,
much
just
second doubts
playing
about Elektra.
Pinball?
He kind of realizes, like, shit, I just followed a crazy woman to a blind guy to pinball bar.
And you said his name is
Stick?
Stick? Okay.
You know what, Elektra?
He's slowly backing out of the pinball
I know, he's
machine
like-
hall, like,
Doing that cool, like,
yeah, I'll be right back. So, yeah, so essentially she's like, hey,
They need your help.
Over here.
This is Mark Miller. Mark and his daughter Abby are being chased by the Hand. They need your protection. I'm leaving them with you. The Hand is your business, not mine.
And yet you saved their lives. Why? What did you imagine would happen next?
I really, really need you to help me hide these guys.
and I still don't know
Stick
why
says-
you really kicked me out. Maybe
And
anger
by the
issue,
way-
but I'm not angry, but whatever.
Could you clarify for me why I got kicked out? I'm still spiraling out about it. So Stick says no, and
Stick.
yeah, and you're like, why on earth would Stick say no? Like, there's a father and daughter at risk here. What's his
Because his
deal?
pinball
Well,
championship.
He's like, you know what?
He's like, I'm in the middle of something,
deep into
Elektra.
level 6 of this pinball champ. I'm about to take it.
Can you not see?
You gotta
Can you
get
not
out
take a
of
look
here.
around that I'm in sixth in line for
Well,
the pinball
Stick
championship?
can't see and Stick can't take a look around. He's like, can you hear around? Can you hear that I'm at this pool ball place? He drops a bomb on her, and I find it just ironic as all get up that she did not see this coming.
That's what
in
I
the
was going to
future.
say. Her 2-second ahead premonition power didn't work on this one.
Did nothing for her here. Maybe he has like a blocking power for students he kicked out. He's like, you can't read my mind. Can't read what I'm about to do. So he's like, listen.
Did you ever ask why the Hand was after them?
They don't know.
Really? Mr. Miller doesn't know?
I do know.
The Hand wanted something he couldn't give. He tried to run.
And what?
They killed my wife, Abby's mom. There was no drunk driver. I lied.
You're on your own.
Why did you really save them, Elektra? Some kind of penance? Down payment on your sins? Has she told you what she actually does for a living, Mr. Miller?
She saved my life and my daughter's. That's enough for me.
And you landed on the lucky side of the street.
He didn't tell you the full story.
What is the bomb that Stick drops on her?
Well, the bomb is that the group killed the mother because they're trying to get to the secret treasure, which is, dun, 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 the daughter, Abby. So this, for some reason, whatever reason, because Elektra's going to do what Elektra's going to do, this infuriates her that he lied.
Well, I have a question, though. She was at their dinner party-esque Christmas thing, right? She fought off ninjas that were going to kill her. Why didn't Mark say, hey, by the way, I should tell you something? Because it looks like I'm involved in something weird already.
It does. And it does feel like if she went so far out of her way to fight this handful of ninjas at his house, that he would at that point feel comfortable enough to be like, okay, I can explain.
I feel like I should
Like,
say something.
Clearly this didn't weird you out. Clearly you kind of get something's going on here. Like, okay, they're after us. Like, it's so weird that he
But
just plays dumb
in her
through
defense,
that whole
though,
ninja thing.
In her defense, she was doing that classic, like, I gotta go to the bathroom, steps out, kills a ninja, comes back in. Like, she was trying to keep them cool, calm, and collected.
Charade was
So she
full-
was
in
doing
full
that
play.
classic charade as soon as she sat down. Oh,
Don't you remember, though, by the end of that scene, the last ninja she kills is in front of them. He's pinned up against the wall. She tries to get information. She stabs him and he disappears into a cloud. So they were there.
I was giving
for
Mark
that.
the benefit of the doubt here. Just I'm trying to get into Mark's head why he would have lied to her and not told her at that moment, hey, my wife didn't die. She got killed by this group that's trying to kill me and my daughter right now. And my daughter's a treasure. And I also know Stick. Just kidding. He doesn't know Stick. Sorry. Don't want to confuse you. Mark does not know Stick.
No, but he, in general, knows that there's like this effort to protect him because there's another group after him. So he'll side with whoever's going to be his protector. He doesn't care.
Are you meaning the Hand when you say the group?
Yeah, because I feel like it's confusing because we started calling them the bad gang because the Hand, remember when we were talking about it, it was kind of confusing because they had superpowers too. And we didn't want to confuse the matter.
Because Elektra's technically part of the Hand as well.
Yeah.
With the good hand.
So it feels like there's a good hand and a bad hand, but they never clarify that. And at the risk of confusing
there's
people,
a lot they don't clarify.
We just said bad gang.
There's a lot they don't clarify.
So Elektra gets really angry that he lied to her. And she's like, you know what? I tried, but you're on your own. I'm out of here. And she runs out into the parking lot. They chase after her. And Abby's like,
What are we gonna do? Elektra? What are we gonna do?
You gotta run. As far as you can, as fast as you can. South America, Africa. Change your name. Change your appearance.
You're not coming with us.
No. I can't.
Why not? Isn't that part of your code or something?
I don't have a code, Abby.
How are we supposed to defend ourselves?
We'll be okay, Abby.
No, we won't. Wake up, Dad. We won't. They're gonna hunt us down. Just like Mom.
but who's going to protect us? And she's like, that is absolutely not my problem anymore unless you got $2 million in a suitcase.
I can just picture Elektra like stomping out of the pinball with her little clankers, her size in the back, clank, 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 like hitting the walls like the most ungraceful exit. Like she's stomping. Like, fine, I'm not going to protect you with these bad boys. And they're just clanking behind her, hitting pinball machines, breaking them.
I will never understand these weapons. And they're not like Wolverine hands that like pop out of her organically. They are physical things that she has to carry and hide. And so the fact that she's always wearing like hip hugger jeans and turtlenecks gives them no place to go. Let's just reemphasize that. So she is in the middle of being very angry and she's about to abandon them when all of a sudden she sees a crow. Caw-caw.
Well, this is she does see a crow, but it's like a graffiti crow. Mm-hmm. And somehow that triggers her 2-second premonitions. Mm-hmm. And she knows something's up and she's like,
get in the car. Get in the car.
Actually, I take it back. I'm going to protect you this one time.
In that moment, the crow comes out of the wall, flies back, and reattaches itself because it's part of Tattoo. He's in the bad gang. And he's got animal tattoos.
Tattoo's the one with the eyeliners.
Mm-hmm. And a man bun. And he's like covered in tattoos. And his animal tattoos he can like meditate them into existence and they'll like come out of his skin and do things for him. So the crow has been meditated out. It has come back to him to tell him the secrets. And he goes,
she's down the street, 3 blocks over in the parking lot.
They're 3 blocks over. And he says that to another guy in the bad gang. And I'm like, are we all in the same city at this point? Is this like just a couple doors down? Is Stick really at the pool
Tattoo.
hall?
I can,
right
I can see him. Did you really need to manifest that crow? I literally can see them. We're on the rooftop.
They're on the rooftop.
They're right there.
So it's like you'd see the car peeling out of the pool hall driveway and just be like, that's probably them.
Cool, bud. Your tattoos, they helped us out this time. Thanks again, Tattoo. Your superpowers are really helpful.
I had no idea how I was going to cover that.
How about you manifest a car
radius?
Tattoo? Yeah. I love how all these powers not only are they completely like ambiguous and not well explained, but they're all really bizarre. Like you can manifest your tattoos to come to life to tell you if someone's 3 blocks away. You have a 2-second premonition. Like,
one of the bad guy gangs has a scene where he balances a coin on his finger for a while. So that's his superpower.
Impressive. Wow. I don't want to get messed up in this gang.
Oh, God. That gang is so wild.
So obviously, Elektra has a huge change of heart. She's like, shit, I got to save Mark and Abby. How do I get wrangled into these things?
Obviously.
And the only thing that she can think to do, because Elektra doesn't have a lot of friends, you guys, because she's got anger issues. Anyway, she goes to her agent, McCabe's house. It's the only thing she can think to do in this quick little, instant decision.
Sorry to drag you into this, McCabe.
Me too.
Yeah, which is at the very least perplexing to me because as far as we know, McCabe has no discernible skills other than hiring mercenaries. So I guess I don't know what she expects him to do, as well as he has no emotional investment in her situation or these people at all. Like, but he acts weirdly heroic.
Use the cellar. There's a tunnel. Take you out past the orchard to the trees. Head north.
What about you? Shit.
Let's go.
Be careful.
Keep them safe.
And he's like, keep them safe. Why is he willing to sacrifice his own
McCabe
life
even
for
know who
these
these people are? He's never met Mark and Abby one time in his
It
life.
wasn't like she explained everything to him.
Yeah, it is. He goes full deep. They do try to make him this like heroic character because obviously McCabe is like, hey, by the way, I have this secret basement room that goes through a tunnel. If I were Elektra, I'd be like, McCabe, you want to talk about them? Why do you have that under your house?
He sends everyone in the tunnel and then he grabs his gun again, shuts the door, locks it, and waits for the bad guys to get there while they're running away in the tunnel. And I just feel like there's no reason for him to put himself in more like face to face with danger.
Yeah, he could have gone with them.
The bad guy comes in, kills McCabe. Long story short, the tunnel comes out in a forest, inexplicably in a forest. And what do you know? The bad guy gang also ends up in the forest.
Yeah, because they can just transport there or something. And then like nothing is explained. And then when they do die, they just kind of turn into like colorful smoke, which again is really strange. Yeah. Where are they going? What's happening? Why can't you show them dead?
So there's an epic battle in the forest and Elektra is almost defeated. But guess what? At the very last second, Abby uses her magic bracelet, the one she said she bought on Etsy, but really it's a warrior bracelet or eBay. Yeah, you're right. It was eBay.
I don't think Etsy was around.
And
this is handmade by a woman named Virginia.
It was eBay.
In Montana.
And it's a real magic warrior bracelet and it is a weapon. And so she saves Elektra at the last minute and you realize that Abby is the treasure and that she's like a trained ninja, like ready to fight the great battle, and that's the weapon everyone's fighting over.
Again. Why wouldn't they have just told her this at the beginning when the ninjas came? Like, Abby could have been like, yo, I know I'm the secret. Because this whole time you're thinking, does Abby know she's this treasure? Does she know? She clearly knows.
And she has a magic
kicks people's
bracelet.
ass with her bracelets. So why didn't Mark say, by the way, after Christmas dinner, that was super boring. They're after my daughter, the treasure. I know that you're fighting these people to hand. I'm all involved, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't make any freaking sense.
And it seems like the most inefficient thing ever. Like people could just have 2-second conversations and we could have avoided so many of these things.
I still think it's ridiculous, A, that McCabe has a secret tunnel under his house. We still need to address that. What were you using that for? What were you planning? And B, if he would have gone with them, Abby still would have killed the bad guys.
And he literally held nobody back because they immediately came in and killed him. So it wasn't like he saved them any time.
And it didn't even if he did hold them back, they immediately showed up in the magic forest. They just like zapped in there. Like, do they time travel? Did they
all one by one like shuffle through the tunnel that whole way and pop up? Like, who knows?
How did they find the tunnel? There's a lot of unanswered questions.
So after this battle is won for the time being, keep in mind, this is not the final battle, but this battle saves them a little bit of time. They end up in Styx camp. You might be asking yourself, where is Styx camp? Where geographically is any of this taking place? I have no idea. It's all got to be in the same region because they went from like the lake house to the pool hall to the tunnel to the forest to the camp. And it didn't have to fly anywhere, so it's got to be somewhat in the same vicinity. But it's just a bunch of white canvas tents in the middle of the forest with a bunch of kids without parents being trained to be ninjas.
And when they go, I love how it gets like that Vaseline like soap opera lens. Like when they go, it's kind of this like glowy, like you kind of think they're in a
so
dream.
Beautiful and dreamy.
But yeah, and that's the thing I would like to know. Like, where is Stick getting these kids?
You get like a notification for the ninja camp in the woods.
Yeah, like welcome to the camp in the woods where you learn to be a superhero and have very meh powers.
You will pick the clunkiest weapons.
Hone in on your.
Find.
Last year, somebody graduated and they were able to tell if fruit was going to go bad before it went bad.
We produce the most elite status ninjas in the country. So, you know what? You might want to drop off your kid. Just take a chance. You'll believe it when you see it. It's so strange and no context, but there's two very important things three important things that happen here. One of those things is that if you thought Stick dropped a bomb in the pool hall regarding Mark, you were wrong, because the biggest bomb of all gets dropped in the camp.
You had no right to drag me into this, Stick. This whole war with the hand, everything, it's all about her, isn't it?
They call her the Treasure. She was a prodigy from 4 or 5 years old. Word got around fast. The Hand wanted her for themselves. They tried to steal her. My father spirited her away.
And you set this up. The contract, McCabe. All of this, you hired me to kill them.
You're entitled to your opinion.
The father and his daughter, Stick, he manipulated me.
Did I?
Was all this a test? Everything from the day you threw me out, has it all been a test? What if I had failed?
Some lessons can't be taught, Elektra. They must be lived to be understood. When you came here, you were filled with anger. All the decency you once had poisoned by violence and tragedy. This is not the way. This is not our way.
You talk in riddles, old man.
It keeps my students alert. I always knew your heart was pure. You simply needed to see it for yourself.
It was all part of the plan to bring this into fruition. And she's like, I'm sorry, pardon? And he's like...
Excuse me, what? Excuse me, bitch as what? Excuse me, bitch as what?
And...
I know you didn't just say what you said,
If you thought I had
Sticks.
anger issues before, then you better buckle up, bud, because I'm about to be mad.
Put on your fucking hat, because I'm about to... I would be furious. She just takes his stick and beats him right there without even no questions
She's like,
asked.
hey, you hand me that stick. I'm about to go down on Stick. She's so mad. She's so mad.
How meta is this?
I was angry before. I will anger you to death. I can just imagine her losing her whole mind.
But he does. He says it's all part of this plan. Like, he knew all along. And he was testing her, what is it, empathy?
Yeah,
or
he
something?
said that. He always knew she was pure in heart, but she needed to prove to herself she was pure in heart. And I'm like, so we're just going to forget all the hundreds of mercenary murders she committed in the meantime? Or what's the deal, Stick?
Also, if you knew she was pure of heart, then why did you put her through this? Like, if you already knew that,
then when
Stick,
she asks you
then why
for help
the hell did you do this?
And she says, show me how. You say, I will help you recognize and express empathy. You don't say, get the fuck out of my camp, become a mercenary, come back, and surprise, you did it. So
He could have spent an hour a day with her on the side, teaching her empathy at this weird camp.
So he's like literally like, you're pure of heart now. Also, we should specify that the original killing that was supposed to happen in the lake house that she waited and waited and waited on, it wasn't real. Stick set her up because he knew that they'd be coming after the kids, and that if he asked her to kill the kid and the dad, that she wouldn't do it, and then she would end up protecting them. Don't ask me how or why or any other questions about it. All you need to know.
No, because she knew, because remember, she was waiting, then she meets them. She finds the dad all hot, Mark. She's getting all horned up. And then they're like, oh, by the way,
No,
that's the
she
people you're
gets
supposed
there
to
kill 2 other people. Remember, she waits and waits and waits. She says, if this doesn't happen, I'm leaving. And he says, just hold on. But in the meantime, we got a double header. If you want to just take care of this while you're up there, you can. And he sends her the envelope.
Yeah. That's a little confusing for the listeners.
So
but yes,
confusing.
you're
It's confusing
right.
for the watchers. It was probably confusing for the people in the movie. It was confusing all the way around. The main thing you got to go.
Yeah, and if you wanted to test her purity of heart, you would have just said, "There's your subject."
Yeah, don't even invent the first.
And she would have been like, "I'm not going to kill a widowed dad." Yeah, what did the first two exactly? That seems like a really unnecessary step. Just say, "Hey, there's your target," and she'd have been like, "No, I don't want to kill this widowed dad and his kid."
And
they'd have been like, "Pure of heart, good." Like that just seemed like a really unnecessary step.
It was seriously, it cost him a lot of time and a lot of money
And
a lot of unnecessarily
there was a group in Stick's camp that put this all together. They're like interns. Stick was like, put this plan together, and they spent weeks on this presentation.
They thought it was amazing.
This is a foolproof plan to figure out if she has empathy or not, which you already know.
If she has a pure heart or no.
Full PowerPoint presentation.
Remember in Sand Sharks when the guy is trying to produce his festival and he puts together like a PowerPoint and it's so stupid.
That was the best, one of the best PowerPoint in a movie scenes I've ever seen, because it was kind of like weird random pictures of like Ferris wheels and
people just like partying.
Yeah, there was no numbers, nothing on there. It was just
no business
pictures.
at all, no finances, nothing, just people. Oh, that was a good one. Go back and listen to it. You will appreciate it. So that's the first important thing that happens. The second important thing that happens is that Abby is like feeling really vulnerable, and she's like,
I just can't. I don't want to stay here.
I didn't ask for this to happen. I didn't ask my parents to drive me to ninja camp. I didn't ask to be the treasure. I'm just a kid. I want to be left alone. So you feel like, you know what? She's right. She is in a really tough spot.
But how did her and her dad even find out she was the treasure?
Colin, you are asking so much of this movie, and it will always disappoint you. I don't know how else
It's
to
very
express
true.
it.
I guess, yeah, let's save that for another time. Continue.
You will always be let down. So the last really important thing that happens at the camp is that Elektra one night walks out to the fire at the camp. She's in her bootcut jeans. She's in her normal boots, her turtleneck, walking really with so much purpose to the fire.
Stoic as ever.
Yeah, she never ceases to be stoic. So she has a little meditation session by the fire, and she meditates the head bad guy into existence. And they have a conversation.
What do you want?
To finish it, you and me. No help from Stick, no help from your father. Winner take all.
And when I kill you, the little one is ours.
And when you don't, she is free. Forever. Agreed?
Agreed.
We will meet where it all began.
And it will end where it all began. For you at least.
Wow. Cool conversation, guys.
Why couldn't she have done this in the beginning? I don't understand it. As soon as she learned that, as soon as she talked to Stick, like, she could have done this at the very beginning. She could have meditated Stick into existence and been like, hey, can you please still explain to me why you kicked me out? I'm still angry about that.
Every other day, she rings Stick off in the meditation.
It's like a bad cell phone. Right? Hey, Sticky Stick. Hey, Stixers. Hey, the Stickmeister. Hey, Stickmeister.
He's like, don't answer her meditation. She calls me all the time.
How would you not? And also, does the other person have to be meditating you into existence at the same time to actually connect in meditation?
Is their meditation coinciding with yours, and somehow you get the signal it's time?
If Cadence was to meditate me into existence right now, I would be like, why the hell did you meditate me into existence? I was watching Ninja Turtles. Does the other
person have to consent to being meditated into existence?
Because if that was the case, I'd have been meditating the fuck out of Stick, being like, I still want some answers. Is this empathetic enough for you? Huh?
So true.
Is empathetic enough for you?
Literally just constantly be like, it's me again. I just want to let you know I've really been working on my anger issues. So if you want to take me back, I am 100% available.
And then the next meditation, she's like, fucking answer me. I'll fucking kill you and your family. And then she goes out and then she comes back in. Hey, sorry about that.
You know what?
Just been going through some hard times.
I was able to recognize that I was angry and I am not angry anymore. So you don't have to worry about it. I have no more issues. Okay, bye. I told you I wasn't angry anymore.
That's the best. Oh, there's so many questions I have about how you meditate things into existence. And because I'm thinking also, if it's just her mind and there's no consent and this guy's not going in there, like, is she just making up his response and then she's just waiting for him? And he's like, bitch, what are you waiting for?
I never got your message.
Never got your message. Yeah. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I could just picture him sitting there.
Tattoos, sending clothes. We're good. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're just sitting there minding your business at the pool hall and you get a little ching, ching. Oh, sorry, I'm being meditated into existence. Excuse me, I got to go talk to Elektra.
Close my eyes real quick. And also the logistics of like, yeah, if you are somewhere and someone's meditating you into existence, do you just go unconscious at that moment? Like, say you're talking to someone, you're hanging out with someone, you just pass out suddenly.
He's in the line at the bodega, just clonks out on the floor, face down, ass up. Just, he's a net status.
I was just gonna say, poor Annette, R.I.P.
Oh, step over her. Step over her. She's been meditated into someone's existence. This happens all the time.
Don't mind.
She's very popular.
She's been conjured. She's been meditated into the Pacific Beach, Muscle Beach contest. She loves it.
Everyone loves to meditate Annette into existence. It's fine. She's very popular.
She's very
Also,
very
do you get
popular.
like a notification like this is Elektra. Elektra is meditating you into existence. Do you want to take it?
Can you just
take
hang
it or
up?
leave it?
Can you just be like, no thanks?
Because if you just get a hankering like someone's meditating into existence, do you just go in blind? You don't know who it is?
You don't know. Imagine.
An ex from way back in the day that learned how to meditate you into existence.
Shit.
So many questions about this meditating into existence.
I would like to opt out of this one. Is that at all possible? Or am I now stuck here in your subconscious? Oh, there's so many questions.
So many questions. Woo, okay.
It doesn't cover this in the meditative communication that she has with the head bad guy, but the place that she decides to have this epic fight is in her childhood mansion. It's at least been like 15 years since she's been back in this house, and it's abandoned. Her parents are both dead at this point, and it's just in perfect, pristine condition.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is that there's sheets literally everywhere. But they don't have dust they don't have the stairs covered. They have like the furniture and stuff. But even the floors are clean. Everything's clean, which I just think is really funny. And I also feel like, again, when we start discussing proximity, like where are things in proximity to other things? Because she walks from the forest camp to the childhood mansion. She just walks there.
Like if it's in her neighborhood. Sticks Camp is like 2 feet from her old mansion home.
Right.
Like, come on.
She just stumbled into it when she was a kid, I guess. I don't know. Or you say like, hey, there's an abandoned house. Let's actually not sleep in tents for this camp. We can actually take this gigantic house and turn it into a school.
How about this for some empathy, Sticks? You can stay in my mansion and teach your little forest kids. How about that? You want an actual classroom instead of these tents? Come to my mansion home.
Just come to my mansion.
And if her parents died, did she inherit the mansion? Like, yeah, I'm going too far. I just can't. I can't.
No, but that actually comes up later, so I will touch on this in just a little bit. So the fight essentially happens at the mansion. We can burn through this really quickly because it's really fucking stupid. But she starts fighting the bad guy. If you thought the wind machines were bad the first time we saw Elektra with her hair blowing in 7 different directions, it's worse in this one because it's the wind machines, the leaf blowers, her hair's blowing, she's in her corset, she took time to change obs into her electric gear. On top of that, the sheets are blowing now. They're falling down from the sky, they're coming in
it's
from
all
the
it's sides. A mess.
Like the amount of sheets that are suspended in air and just blowing, defying all gravity and known laws of physics. It's insanity. So she starts fighting the main guy, and he basically almost kills her. But guess who steps in at the last minute? Of course, Abby. So
Abs, dude.
Yeah.
Saves her again. Twice now.
Yeah. So they kind of double team him, and he doesn't die, but it gives him enough time to run outside. At this point, we're confronted with a couple of other people from the bad guy gang. So we've got like the tattoo guys who tries killing Abby with his
We got
tattoo
little Chicken Wing,
stakes.
Chicken Wing, Big Herb, Hat Man, Little Tudor, Gibbles, PJ, Tinky Wink,
Coin slot.
Coin Slot,
I was thinking of the guy who...
Junior Jots, and Tittles.
They're three different guys.
They're three. Yeah, they're three. They're always together. Holy shit, that's Junior Jots and Tittles.
I'm dying.
They're like the best gang around. They're like the best fighters around. They know the answer to every trivia question. That's their superpower. She's whispering that to Abby. Holy shit.
She's like, seriously, ask them anything. They know.
Seriously, ask them anything. Seriously, I don't know why my 2-second premonition didn't tell me they were coming, but ask them anything. Anyway, okay, sorry, I'm getting off topic. We gotta wrap it up.
Gang members' names every time. Okay, in the end, obviously, Elektra wins. You think at the last second she's gonna die in the final standoff with the extra bad guy, because they go through each of the gang members one at a time and kill them off. And then the last final stand again brings her back to the head bad guy. They fight and she kills him. And so they go into the house, the mansion, and then out of nowhere, Mark shows up.
Thank you.
Take good care of her.
And Elektra's like, you know what? I have to leave. We don't know where she's going. We don't know if she's like fully adopted into Stick's gang. Like, we're not really sure where she ends up, but she doesn't stay with
She's
them.
mysterious. She's mysterious.
But what I was going to say about the house when we were talking about inheritance is like, she just leaves them to live in it. So I guess technically it's her property because they just take up residence. Mark and Abby live there now. It's just like, okay, bye.
That's the end. Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
That's a wonderful ending to a movie.
Yeah.
This little girl saves you twice, and then you give that little girl and her widowed father your home.
And then in her mind, with her mind powers, she tells Stick,
Please don't let her be like me.
Why not? You didn't turn out so bad.
I don't want it to be so hard for her.
It's up to her.
Anyway, your second life's never really like your first, is it?
Sometimes it's even better.
just don't let her be like me. And he's like, why wouldn't I want that? Like, you're amazing.
She's going to be exactly like you. Yes. She's the treasure.
Obviously.
Obviously, I'm going to train her to be that. But I would have loved if Elektra would have gone into Stick's mind and been like, how's that for empathy, bitch? I gave him my house.
So whatever.
But I think maybe they were trying to... That is the ending, by the way, for the listeners. It's just this epic battle. Abby saves them, and then she weirdly leaves them in her sheet-covered house. But I think maybe they were trying to go for, like, maybe possibly they thought there was going to be an Elektra 2, because you can't end a movie with, like, them being, you know, like a happy family, which is what the first half of the movie was. You know, so maybe the directors thought, like, oh, Elektra 2 is going to come out. We got to leave it open-ended, because she kind of walks out to start the next chapter of, like, Elektra 2.
I'm curious if that was the whole thing, because she does have a change of clothes. Like, she changes out of her Elektra gear, changes back into her bootcut jeans and turtleneck and boots.
Her low-rise bootcut.
Has a little travel overnight bag, and she's just like walking out the front gate, having the mental conversation with Stick. And so it is really open-ended, and I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt now that they were planning on a second one, and that we would kind of see where Elektra goes from there. But
all's well that ends well, except for Elektra, because, like, what she do now? Her agent's dead. She got to find a new freaking agent. Stick's done with her. Stick tested her. I'd be furious at Styx at this point. So, and then she just leaves Mark and Abby. So it's like, poor Elektra. What is next?
Yeah, when you have proven yourself to be pure in heart, what's the end game there?
There is no winning. You're right.
Do you just do you automatically become a hero? What happens when you graduate from Styx school? Like, I guess that's also another important question to cover.
Styx just writes you a handwritten diploma. You passed Styx Wilderness Camp superhero training.
You
Gold
did
star,
it.
you did it.
Good job.
All right. So in closing, okay, thanks for joining us on that really wild ride, but it really wasn't that wild. This movie was, out of the superhero movies, I don't know if you agree with me, Cadence, but this was definitely one of the more boring superhero movies that we've done so far. Not even from a B point of view. It was just like B movie status, but also just B for boring. Like, it was so, it didn't, the other ones were entertaining. Catwoman, I died laughing because it was entertaining.
Oh my, Batman and Robin.
Robin,
for
next
sure watch
level.
that one.
Yes, that one's great. That's like a cult classic because it is so ridiculous. Spawn, all of these movies have been kind of like at least entertaining, but this one was just like, the first half of it was just watching Elektra be weirdly stoic and mean to people.
And there's not one endearing character or anything. There's not anybody that I was like, you know what, I really like them. They're funny, or they're whatever. It's like there's nobody has any facets.
Because Abby was that stereotypical like angry 15-year-old, you know? And then the dad was like the out of touch dad that just didn't know what was going on, but I guess secretly did, you know? Styx is a fucking jerk. You know?
Don't even get into Styx.
I think the flaw with this movie was that so many things weren't explained. How do they have these powers? How do they know if they have these powers? Like, do all of them have like roughly the same kind of power? Like, bullets can't get you, or do only certain people have it? What makes them bad? What are the bad people fighting for? I mean, I guess in a very vague sense, it's like, you know, they want the treasure to fight evil, but like at this point, who's evil?
I'm telling you, that is the thing that is like really bothering me about this movie is that it explains something vaguely in the beginning with the scroll, but it doesn't really even stick to its own script, and it becomes very blurry. And so you don't 100% know like who's good and evil, and even what the quote good guys are doing. Like, you don't know.
Yeah, like
has like a
there's
formal
no like higher
organization
purpose
that's accomplishing something.
Exactly.
It's so vague.
Same
and
with the bad people, though. It's like, what do they want the treasure
boardroom,
for?
Though, so like they have a very giant marble table in a boardroom. So it's like they've built some kind of empire over there. Whereas Styx is still in the woods, and is he just fighting like generally bad, or is it like they have a very specific gang war going on, and it's just them?
But maybe this is the stuff that because it's a superhero movie, and I guess it must have been maybe a comic at one point, and I guess it spins off of Daredevil. So maybe this was all stuff that's in the comics, but we as the viewer who have never read them, it seems very, very like you're missing some key points for us to be invested in this movie. And what the hell is her name? Jagar.
Elektra? Oh.
Well, I know her name's Elektra.
I'm like, Elektra. Duh. E.
But Jennifer Garner was just... she doesn't quite sell me with the superhero.
No,
she sells me a lot as the soccer mom, but did not as the superhero. And it still never explains to us, why are you so angry and stoic? Like, it doesn't.
No, I mean, all I can think of is, like you said, she had a paddle in the pool when she was little in her indoor pool. So she's still mad about that.
So she's more just.
And I guess her parents end up dead. So I guess she's kind of mad about that still.
But it doesn't even explain how they died. Maybe if it went through that tragic backstory, we could say like, okay, we understand why she's pouty, but
there's no change of heart where she's like, I'm going to be a good guy now, or I don't know.
Well, I guess technically there is. Now she learned empathy, I guess. I don't know.
The plan.
You know what?
Styx's plan worked out perfectly. That's all we should say.
Styx's the only one that like came out on top. And McCabe, he died for no reason. Let's have a moment of silence for McCabe.
Oh,
just a senseless death.
McCabe. That was so unnecessary. Poor thing. He's just trying to make a living like everyone else, hiring mercenaries, and now he's gone.
I know.
Oh, well. But you know what? There is a small chance he gets brought back to life, because sometimes the good guys have the power to bring people back from the dead.
That's true. Sometimes they do, but you don't know when. They go back to his life.
Cross our fingers that this is one of those times.
He's a rigor mortis body 3 weeks later. They're like, oh shit, forgot to bring McKay back to life.
Maybe that's why he agreed, because he's like, it's not a problem. I'll slow these guys down. They'll just bring me right back. And they just...
He's counting on Elektra to just bring him back. She keeps trying to meditate him into existence. She's like, I don't know why Mick keeps on answering. This is so unlike him.
Did McCabe just leave?
Guess he's on vacation. All right, man. Poor McCabe. Oh, well, this movie was great. Again, I just think this was a movie that could have potentially been better.
If you have no sense of how far apart things are and how much time is passing, then it's the number one giveaway that it's like not really directed very well.
Yeah, that was a big one too. No concept. And like half the time I thought she was in, like the first time she went to Styx camp after she had Mark and Abby, I thought it was in her mind again. You're kind of like, is this the mind? Are we meditating people into existence? Are we meditating this pinball machine into existence?
The amount of flashbacks and
so many flashbacks,
meditating things into existence and like dreams and fuzzy happenings, like future telling is so muddled that you're like, who knows? Past, present, future.
That was my favorite thing too. The flashbacks give us no information. I still laugh when she's in the pool and her dad's just like, paddle harder. Like, what is that symbolizing? Does she hate her dad? Is she mad that she's rich?
And then if they die, then it's like, you're free. You don't have to paddle anymore. What are you going to be mad about?
So many questions. So, like, you're sitting there kind of going back, looking at the flashbacks, like, what did that have to do with anything?
Well, we don't gain anything from any of those things. So
just like you listeners aren't gaining anything from listening to this podcast.
Yeah, and we're going to keep talking about this movie as if we can somehow make sense of it, and we never will.
We never will. It's the same with all these movies. But
and you won't, absolutely will not ever need to watch this in your lifetime. You're not missing out on anything. There's some movies we watch that I'm like, you know what, just watch it because it's a good time. This is not one of those movies. So you've heard everything you need to hear, and now erase it from your brain. Meditate it out of existence.
Meditate it out of existence, and we will meditate you into our existence next week.
Bye.
I don't know. I didn't have.
I thought you were like making a formal sentence.
Well, I was like, goodbye.